As everyone's waiting for the final season of Attack on Titan to drop, it's the perfect time to drop the season finale of this short series of videos. And today we'll be looking at the poo artists, the bad artists, the certified lover boy artists. So make sure to have your lights turned on and have a box of tissues with you, as this video might be frightening to some individuals. Viewer discretion is advised. And before we get to the number 5 spot, remember that these videos aren't just my opinion. They are factual information. With that out of the way, let's get started. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got McDonald. Now moving on to the number 4 spot, we've got Ed Sheeran. Now, a quick quiz. Who remembers what happened in season 7 of Game of Thrones? I'll give you guys 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can't think of anything? Do you want to know why? Well, it's because of 2 things. For 1, season 8. And 2, Ed Sheeran. In the first episode of season 7, Ed Sheeran sings a song so bad that it causes Arya to turn into a badass. The phrase killing her mom and her brother and his men, and the Lannisters killing her father right in front of her eyes didn't do shit. That had no effect on Arya's character. But the moment she heard this awful man trying to sing, she lost it. Arya screamed with rage as she clapped the phrase, she popped Littlefinger, and she saved humanity by killing the Night King. But if this doesn't prove to you how ass Ed Sheeran's music is, then hear this. Ed Sheeran is leading as the world's greatest scammer. He lures his victims into Starbucks cafes and he mind controls his fans to get scammed and buy a drink. A drink that costs less than $1 to produce. The last time I had to go to a Starbucks was when I was locked in the backseat of my friend's car while he was ordering at the drive-thru. And with my daredevil ears, I heard an Ed Sheeran song playing inside the Starbucks. I then screamed for my life. I couldn't handle seeing my friend getting scammed like this, while hearing the faint sound of Ed Sheeran's music in the background. But luckily, the police responded very quickly to my screams and apprehended my friend for abuse. But it turns out, Ed Sheeran isn't the only person scamming people, as the artist coming in at the number 4 spot, Justin Bieber, also decided to take advantage of the scheme as well. Justin Bieber partnered up with Tim Hortons for TimBiebs. Now, Timbits are fine, it's just like cake pops without the stick, or I guess you can call them donut pops, but they're whatever. Their price is justifiable. But TimBiebs is where Justin Bieber decides to take it to the next level and deceive the whole world by partnering up with Tim Hortons and making it seem like he made an entirely different Timbit flavor. He came up with birthday cake waffle, chocolate white fudge, and sour cream chocolate chip, when it's really just a regular birthday cake, chocolate, and sour cream Timbit in a layer of Justin Bieber sugar coating. But what Justin Bieber decided to do is charge $3.17 per 10 pack. Regular Timbits cost like half of that, I want to say. So he's charging 2 times the cost of regular Timbits. But anyway, Tim Hortons also went to poo when their cups started looking as uninspiring as the Avengers game. Like, look at the holiday cups back then, and look at them now. Biggest downgrade of all time. And also, I can't believe people are buying the TimBiebs box for hundreds. That's just insane. But Justin Bieber is the cyberpunk of the music industry, as he advertised the product nothing like the final release. If you want to avoid scams like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, as according to a very credible source, 95% of people in the world fall for scams like Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran's. And that 95% of people are the same 95% of people subscribed to the channel. So make sure to avoid them next time by subscribing and hitting the bell. But if this doesn't convince you that Justin Bieber is an ass artist, let's watch some basketball clips of his. Need I say more? Next up, we've got Beyonce at number 2. Now, like all the artists I talked about in this video, I haven't listened to a single album from them. But what sets Beyonce apart from the other artists is that she's an industry plant. Beyonce can never achieve the status of the greats like Bella Poarch, Addison Rae, and Charli D'Amelio, as she's nowhere near their level. And she's also dating Jay-Z. The Jay-Z that completely butchered the story of OJ beat by Youngboy. The Jay-Z that has fans taking a dinner with him over $500,000. And the Jay-Z that gave this advice.
To all the kids that have dreams of being successful like you, what advice could you give them?
Be successful like me. Okay, believe in yourself, even if anyone else believes in you. Now tuned into the greatest. Got that ultimate confidence like you do. You're very confident.
Thank you.
I show you how to do this, son. Yeah, and just believe in yourself.
This is the type of shit you see in the first episode of Naruto, and people are really taking this over 500k. But anyway, both Beyonce and Jay-Z completely butchered Neptune by Nav and turned it into Friends. This alone could have set Beyonce to the #1 spot, but I think who we have at the #1 spot is worse, and also part of who we have at the #1 spot is because of Beyonce. So leave a guess in the comment section and let's see if you're right. But Beyonce is not only a Pooh singer, but she's also a Pooh actress. Let's look at some of her movies. Obsessed, garbage, never watched it though. The Lion King remastered, worse than the original, never watched it though. The Pink Panther, garbage, never watched it though. Now let's watch a short clip of a good show to cleanse our eyes and ears.
The Teen Volunteer, or TV program, is what you make of it. The more you prove yourself, the more rewarding your time will be.
When will we get to observe in the ER?
The ER is usually reserved for third-year TVs. As first-year TVs, you guys will be on pediatrics. You'll help with clerical work, transpo, keeping patients company.
Yes. Babysitting. Great.
That's right, Georgia. Make them feel seen, heard, comforted, whatever they need. Got a problem with that? Get an MD. Any questions? Jack.
Wow, that shit was life-changing. I think I'm ready to talk about the #1 spot. But let me tell you guys a story before I reveal who we have at the #1 spot. Now, unlike my other stories, this story happened to a friend of mine 6 or 7 years ago. The story took place in the middle of the night during the summer, and my friends were 13 and 14 years old at the time. They watched a movie at the mall, and on their way home, they decided to go and grab some pizza. Now, they had two options. The first option was to get a nice bussin' pizza from Pizza Pizza. For those of you guys who don't know, Pizza Pizza is the second best pizza chain in Canada after Pizza Nova. But instead of getting some nice ass pizza from Pizza Pizza, they decided to go to Pizza Hut and buy some plastic cheesy cardboard. But that isn't the scariest part about this story. After they left the Pizza Hut, they were waiting at the bus stop, and while they were waiting for the bus, a bunch of armed men started surrounding them. There were 3 of my friends and I think like 5 men trying to attack them, but 2 of them managed to run away while one of them got caught. And while he got caught, the men asked him for his wallet. But when he pulled out his wallet, all he had was the receipt for the pizza. And after seeing this, the men unmasked themselves and started pitying my friend. They felt horrible for trying to rob a kid eating such poo, and they offered him to grab a proper pizza from the Pizza Pizza nearby. The men also asked him to call his other 2 friends that managed to escape after realizing that shit went into their digestive system. So being the intelligent kids that they were, they came back with the stuff that they brought at the mall to go eat some proper pizza. The robbers and my friends had a nice ass meal in combo until the robbers were startled. My friend played some music, and the men then fell down to their knees at the pizza spot. One of them had their hands to the ground trying to hold himself. But the man got up and pointed the knife at my friend and demanded him for his phone, but after he noticed his phone was half broken, he noticed he had nothing to rob other than my other friend's shorts that he got from the mall. He was a kid during that time as well, so these grown men stole some kids' shorts. That's it. But the point of this story is that my friend learned a valuable lesson that day, and he learned to never listen to Frank Ocean again. Coming in at the #1 spot, we've got Frank Ocean. What? But Frank Ocean went platinum with no features. And here's my response to that.
Shut up.
You know who else went platinum with no features? Mumblecrapper Future, Ed Sheeran, L. Cole. So going platinum with no features doesn't mean that the artist is good. Overall, Frank Ocean is ass. He has some of the worst beats to ever be heard in music. Like, what is the instrumental on White Ferrari? The beat on Alfred's theme by Eminem sounds better than this shit. But I think the worst part about Frank Ocean is that he tries too hard to be someone who he isn't. And that's Nav. Nav goes for the layback, chill type beat songs, while Frank Ocean just makes an attempt. It's like Daredevil. Frank Ocean sees the greatness in Nav, the TV show, while he's really the 2003 movie. So yeah, Frank Ocean just sucks. Anyway, my doctor said that I have a great chance of being infertile because of my cancer, and that's just music to my ears. I'm nothing but grateful because I won't be able to have kids alive to listen to any of the artists I mentioned in this video, and they won't be there to see the day where these artists drop more music. But the Weeknd just dropped Dawn FM though, so I'm gonna listen to that shit ASAP. But if you're looking to add some good artists into your playlist, then make sure to add some artists from these videos right here. Later.